Hi everyone, welcome to the live stream. Oh my God, day 13. This is unlucky. Is it unlucky? I don't know. We shall soon find out. I'm going to I I think it's probably lucky. So why is it lucky? Well, it's lucky because I had a friend join me. So I think it was a special day. I had the running Dutchman, so John joined me for the whole distance. So today I had someone running with me for the entire 50.65 kilometers. And in fact, half of it was in a banana suit. So the reason why I wasn't fully in the banana suit for him is because it was pouring with rain in the start. So I prefer in the rain. I'm just playing it safe and using the Patagonia suit, which is made up of sort of insulated jackets. They're not waterproof, but they work a lot better in the rain. So they just get soaked, but then they dry out quicker, and it's not just heavy weight either. So I should have taken some water before I even started. Yeah, so I did the first. We had got through three banana suits today. So I did the Patagonia suit, and I think that was probably until around 22 kilometers. I think that's when it finally stopped raining and it looked like it was going to stay dry. So at that point, I said, let's get the real banana suits out. So I got my regular verpacked banana suit. I'll have to talk about that suit soon, but I'm going to do it on another day. So I got my verpackt suit, and then the other yellow banana suit that I've got, which is from Atelier Revive, which is a fantastic uh, um, stichting that is in Ada. So definitely give Atelier Revive a sort of a shout out, a sort of a look up, because they are fantastic. They provided that banana suit to me for last year's adventure, I still love it. I still love it. But it's a tough banana suit because it's made up of sort of old sort of bath towels and stuff like that. So when it gets wet, it stays wet. So they're currently all in the washing machine. So for those people that are going to be joining at Amsterdam for the event, they are in the washing machine. They're all being cleaned. They'll be nice and fresh and smelling good. So that if people want to sort of try the banana suit for a round, then they can. So I know that there's a couple of people that will be joining that will be wanting to do that. Straight off, John was not a diva in the banana suit. He was a trained professional. So Rochelle and Lawrence, I'm sorry, but you're amateurs. You need to. He could control it. It's some. It takes a master. A master of the magic arts, a master of being an influencer to be able to handle the power of the banana suit. He put it on, and it was like a suit that fitted him perfectly. He was I don't even know how to say it. So he was happy in there. He was like just doing, if someone beeped, he'd just like do a casual hi. He'd be like, hey, I'm an influencer. So John is the Running Dutchman. So look up the Running Dutchman. He's predominantly on YouTube. That's where his main followers are. He's also on Instagram. Sorry, I expect I'm going to be coughing. I've still got the sort of the remnants of the cough, so apologies for that. And um, yeah, so he he sort of joined me for the day. We've actually known each other since, oh gosh, this is going back years. So he was testing the Brooks Caldera 6, which was my sort of favorite shoe from Brooks when it first came out, and I loved it so much. And I saw his YouTube video review of it, and I just sort of messaged him, and then we started chatting, and we sort of became friends. So yeah, he's such a great guy. Definitely check out his Instagram and his YouTube, The Running Dutchman. So that's John. So he joined me. So at 8 o'clock, he arrived and we went out. We went out to Ploggy. It was pouring with rain. So I had a plan with him. So going back to yesterday, what I kind of was talking about was, okay, my strategy should be get as many kilometers done as I can in the morning. It doesn't matter if it's sort of yeah, on paths that I've already done before. I won't pick up much trash, but I'll get the distance in. I can focus on trash in the afternoon. I kind of did that with a twist. So I said to him, I have not looked, and I swear, I promise I had not looked. I said, right, we're going to go to this one place that's just around the corner and see if there's any trash in there. Often I will find something big dumped into the water because it's like hidden by trees. It's behind some buildings, and no one can sort of see you just dumping stuff there. So I was like thinking that'd be a good place for us to go to see if there is something there. Now, the title of this is The Running Dutchman. Well, that's it. And how much trash? So, the record, for those that have been following, the record that we've had so far on just one day of running, when I've sort of done that, is I've had two above 100, 100 kilos, which is crazy. If you think about how much trash weighs, 100 kilos, yeah, some of that is like a running, is like a, yeah, it's like a shopping trolley or something along those lines. But still, 100 kilograms of trash is just crazy. 108, 105. Did we break that? So we did break it. So what I'd love to know is in the comments, just to the live stream, I want people to start putting in their guesses before I reveal how much trash we picked up. So those that know are not allowed to say anything. So if there's anyone on the call from the run today that was there, then please do not spill the beans. So, and to put it in perspective, I started this challenge. So last year, I'm doing a build up for this, aren't I? So last year, when I did the 31 marathons, I was really disappointed by the amount of trash that we got. So I ended up with 350 kilos, and people were like going, "Wow, that's so much." And I was like going, "No, it really isn't." And it was reflective of the fact that I was running from all around the country, and there were so many places that had no trash, like Drenthe, weren't running for 2 days with a single bag. That was how much it was. So I went into this hoping that I would break that 350 record. What I wanted to do was actually get, oh, look, we've got a comment. We've got 230 kilos. Geez. Blimey. My God, where did you put that one? 108 kilos. Someone's just said 230 kilos. 108 is my current maximum. And it's like, and the first guess that I see there is 230 kilos. Please. My God, people. So I wanted to break it, and the way I wanted to break it was like 40 days. If I can I'd love to get 1,000 kilos to get a metric ton of trash. I think that would be just so impressive. Yeah, I got a ton of trash, and literally I got a ton of trash. That's what I want to go for. So that would be 25 kilos a day. What I've been averaging is 50 kilos a day. So I decided to take him to this one point, and so I just saw one of the guys. So Rob, do not spill the beans on how much trash we got. So I went to this sort of secret space. It was a polite place. It was pouring with rain, and it's in this sort of like little slope, sort of just like little water bit where you can sort of just fish stuff out. So I'm going to play this, and I'm going to be talking while it's playing because it's around a minute long. So this is how our first kilometer. So by the time we finished this, the first kilometer had not been completed. So this was within sort of a kilometer of home. So you can see there. So I've got like a hook and some straps that I just use to sort of fish stuff out with. So he's just practicing there. You can hear the rain is pouring down. It's really pouring down. And straight away, there's a shopping trolley. Oh, no, that's it. That's a chair. So there's a chair. So we've got a chair that comes out. He carries on. It really was just pouring down. And
oh, there's a tire as well.
And it's so difficult to pull these things out because, they're just stuck in the water, and there's like a dip and things like that. So it's a real nightmare to pull it out. It really needs two people to pull out a shopping trolley.
Oh, that's been in there a while.
Yeah, and so like I said, it's been in there a while. You could see that I hadn't been there. I only go there occasionally. Oh, there's another shopping trolley. So
Okay, I just want to
There
get
we
this
go.
kids thing. I'm curious what this kids thing is.
and then, but we didn't pull everything out. So what we did was we decided we said, okay, we've got enough. So there were like, I mean, he mentioned at the end the kids thing. I think there was another shopping trolley in there. There was some kids thing. There was a kid thing and something else. So I can go back there another day and sort of get a big score. In the end, this is what we picked up. Oh no, that's not. Let me go to this one. So we picked up 4 shopping trolleys. There was a huge piece of wood. There was a stool, a chair, and there was a tire. And then on the way there, we actually got a complete car tire, including the wheel on side. So we already had that sort of collected, which is just insane. So what I did was I used the Bouter Beta app, which you've got here in the Netherlands. And so what I did was I just sort of took a photo of it, and then I just contacted the council, so the council would come and collect it. And then we headed off. And I went about 100 meters, and then we found this. Now this looks, you kind of go, what the hell is that? That is 4 bags of concrete. So it was just ridiculous. I mean, it was just solid concrete. Just to put it in perspective, I've had a bucket of less concrete that was weighing 37 kilos yesterday. So, this was a lot. In the end, I just sort of did a guesstimate on that, or I didn't even move it. I just like contacted the council and just said, look, you just need to pick this up as well, because it was just dumped in there. This is the 3rd time that I found set concrete in a bucket or in a bag like that. It's just clear that I think there comes, maybe if someone is knows a bit more about it. I think if you're a builder, I think there's a cost to sort of taking your refuse away. I think there comes a cost to it. So I think what it is people just trying to save money and just dump it. I think that's what's happening. So I might be wrong on that, but yeah, someone correct me if I'm wrong. But I've got a feeling that there's sort of like a charge for you to do that. I think that's why I found all those years ago 81 car tires in a ditch. I think that's the reason why. So we got all that done within the first kilometer, and then the next thing we did was we started running to Sunfort. I said, let's just do the same loop that I did with Chrissy and a little bit with Emma yesterday. So we just sort of went off towards Sunfort. We took sort of the back roads and just sort of focused on getting some time in, and it really paid off. We sort of went to Sunfort, then we had a coffee by Juttersgeluk. So if you don't know who Juttersgeluk is, give it a look up on Sunfort. So what they do is they do beach cleanups every day during the week, and then they turn those. They've actually got a sort of like a group of people of sort of volunteers, some with sort of I don't know how nicely say it in English, so I'm going to say, but I'm just going to in Dutch, with a beperking. So there could be some sort of reason why they're not in the workforce. I don't know. I don't know what the polite way of saying, or the sort of the best way of saying it in English now is, because I never use it. So they sort of do some really great things, and I've actually got some things. Not a hand, but I've got some really nice hearts that are made out of plastic. They've taken off the beach, like a whole sort of like string of hearts, which is just so wonderful. So if you're in Sunfort, definitely go and check out Juttersgeluk. It's fantastic. So we went there, had a coffee, chatted to Diana, and then we headed off. Got to Kraantjelek. No, sorry, not Kraantjelek. We got to Ved, to the visitor centre there. We had a sort of very nice coffee. John brought some banana bread. So I think I'm not sure which one of the two made it, but he brought some banana bread, super lovely. So we had loads of, we had, I literally ate half of the banana bread today, which was really good. So that was really good. We had that on the way, went into Harlem, hit Run X, and just had a sort of chat with them. That was really cool. The great thing was that John was wearing exactly the same shoes as me. So if you saw my stories, then you sort of see it's kind of crazy. He just got them out of the box. So he's got these lovely white shoes. Within the first kilometer, they were dirty, but he was wearing the same shoes as me today. So that was kind of cool. Went to Runx. Then we went to Holland and Barrett. So he picked up some Lecker deodorant. So remember, 30% off in Holland and Barrett. Product placement. If you've never had Lecker deodorant, then he hasn't. So I told him to get the stick, and I said, what you do with the stick is you just rub it once. It's just like a single up, a single down. That's all you need to do. Any more than that's just a waste. So and then it works out sort of really well, and it's so effective. So we did that. Then the next route that we did was down to sort of Crookius and sort of going around along the water, along the Spana there, all the way back into Harlem. I'm cutting a little bit short, aren't I? But yeah, we had to sort of, it was a load of fun just going with him along the side. He was picking up way more than I was, but these were all on. Bearing in mind, so we picked up all this huge trash, but then after that, we were just getting the odd bag filled up because we were just doing routes I've done before. So it was either bits I'd missed or fresh trash. There wasn't very much trash that we were picking up. Um, but we still found, I took him to one spot again that I hadn't been to, and then suddenly and then along the way to Crookius as well, we also did a section I hadn't done before. So suddenly we picked up a heap more things. I think that within that photo there is a parasol, a huge piece of piping, 3 hubcaps, 2 laughing gas canisters, and a heap of trash, and some truck wheel hub thingy. So that was really, yeah, that was kind of cool to sort of get that done as well. So there was another big sort of amount of weight there. Next thing we're doing is, then suddenly Rob showed up. So Rob, who's been there for a while now, sorry, he's been a few times. So he just sort of showed up, which was great. So that was fantastic having him. So he started pushing the buggy. So John and I were okay to just sort of run along and pick up trash. So we carried on there. We had a whole heap of Staticeld of deposit cans, and what I've been doing is I've been giving them away to Staticeld hunters to sort of do that. With this, that was the plan. I'd put them in a bag separate, but then these lovely girls came up and said, "Have you got any cans for us?" And I said, "What are you going to do with it?" They said, "Yeah, we're going to buy something to drink and everything like that." They were just sort of trying to be a little bit entrepreneurial. So I literally just got a bag of, I think there was 90 cans that we had. So it was like just bang, there you go. So I think that made their day. There were two young girls, and it was just fantastic to do that. So I really like doing this. I know that I mean, you can give. There's so many things you can do with the deposit system. The money you can just keep it for yourself. You've taken that money, you put it out to Static so you can get it back. So that is the most obvious thing to do with it. So it doesn't cost you any money. Or you could donate it. It's just like 15 cents for each can. Why not donate it in the machines? There's always a donate button, and then it'll go to a good cause. So it depends on where you are and which machine and what their charities are. But okay, by payo. You can watch the repeat so you find out how much we picked up. So yeah, I like to sort of yeah, you can donate it. The other thing you can do is put them in the Statsy buck. So there's a lot of, in town we've got these special bins where you can put them in, and then the people that are looking for cans, they can find them there, and then they can just use it to sort of go back. What I really like to do is actually give it to them personally. There's a couple of them that are are really sweet in Harlem, just lovely people who are just trying to earn enough money for food, etc. And so if I see them, I give it to them. But in this case, I also love it giving it. If there's something that's entrepreneurial or something that's kind of really touches my heart, I think that is so cool that they're doing like this. They're just taking an enterprise, you know, let's go out and see if we can find some cans enough to sort of buy a drink. Well, they could buy enough of a drink with this. So that was really great. So giving it to them. Next person we bumped into was Paolo. So he was just about to go off to the gym. So he just said hi and then he went off to the gym, running into town, ran past Runex as well, just went to the toilet there. I pressed too much information. Then we headed off into just sort of finishing off the last 10 kilometers. And then Ian joined, which was fantastic. So suddenly there's Ian, Rob, myself, and John. So we've got, yeah, there's like four of us that are just, you know, just running down and just, they're just helping. Basically, they're just nursing me over the line because the last 8 kilometers are always so painful. As much as I'd love it to be different, they're always so painful. And so they were just sort of pushing me forward, just chatting to me, keeping my spirits up. I wasn't able to push very hard at all the last bits. And in the end, I think we walked just the last sort of 650 meters just to finish it out. But it was really lovely having them. Yeah, everyone that sort of turns up. Yeah, and there was bumped into Chrissy as well, who's also out for a training run. So every person that I meet, every person, every conversation I have, we had loads of conversations with different people, with kids, with adults, with people that are part of a Facebook community for cleaning up and everything. So there were loads of people we met. Every one of those gives me the energy to continue. Every one of those is an act of kindness. Every one of those means I carry on and don't stop. It is as simple as that. I mean, here it's just literally don't stop. It's like get to that 50.65 kilometers so I can get to the end of the day, so I can get to tomorrow to start again, to get those 40 days in. And, you know, it's, even though I've done 2 days before 7 o'clock, it doesn't make it mean that it's easy days. I mean, I was really struggling on the last 2 kilometers. I was completely destroyed, but happy destroyed. Tomorrow in Amsterdam for the next 3 days, it's going to be really tough. I cannot imagine on any of those days I will have finished my kilometers before the live stream. I suspect I will have to sort of run sort of maybe even up to sort of 10 kilometers when I get home in the evening. I suspect that's how it's going to be. I don't know. That's just a guess. But I'm really there focused to make sure that I can sort of just inspire people in the trail.nl store on Mars and land. That was the address that I muttered. Don't repeat me on it. So yeah, come along to those, have a look at their website, trail.nl, on Instagram or on their website. You can see the times. I'm there for 3 days, and basically the times are for like an hour run. So we'll do around 6 kilometers. That's all. We'll just sort of go around. There's going to be a spare banana suit. So if you want to wear a banana suit, maybe, yeah, the first come, first serve. Someone has already reserved it on one day, so on one time. So bear that in mind. But yeah, you can wear the banana suit, feel the power. And we'll be playing loud music, having fun, cleaning up the streets, just doing a 6 kilometer loop, coming back to the store, and then I'll be doing, and I think I'm doing about 4 during the day. So yeah, definitely sort of join that. I think I don't have anything left to say other than what was the total, right? 110 kilograms, or 108 kilograms was the total. Bearing in mind, I'm trying to get 25 kilograms a day because I want to try and reach a metric ton by the end of this adventure. The total, in fact, I should do. Let me write it. Let me write it down. Let me make it a little bit more exciting. Oh gosh, have I got? Oh yeah, I've got a pen here. So there we go. So 108 was the magic sort of number we're trying to break. Oh, is it coming? There we go, on Instagram. I have to do it like that on Instagram. The last number is a 2. I'm not going to wear a gorilla suit, so before anyone says. So here we go. Last number is a 2. So 52. 52 kilograms. So it is breaking the record. 252 kilograms. 252 kilograms we picked up. That is a quarter of my target that I'm trying to reach in 40 days. In one day, I reached a quarter of that target just by picking up 4 shopping trolleys, those bags of cement and everything. It was just crazy. 252 kilograms on the ground have now been cleaned up or reported to the council for collection. So I think that is, I'm so proud of that, and I can't believe that John was part of that. I'm so grateful that he did 50 kilometers. That was his first 50 kilometers for the year. So thank you so much, John, for doing that and being for such a great sport. Thank you so much to Ian, as always. Thank you, Ian, for not saying I look really bad this time. Thank you to Rob for just keep on sort of churning out those runs with me. It really means a lot. And Paolo, even though you just sort of went off to the gym, yeah, he could see that I was sort of in great company, so he didn't have to stress. So everyone that, and all the people on the street on the live stream, I think it's just so fantastic. Yeah, I'm not going to increase. Yeah, I've got a comment. I've got to increase the target by 5 times. No, I'm not going to. But I think having 2,000 kilograms is reasonable now. I think I'm not gonna. I don't really want to go. I don't really want to sort of go more than that, because the thing is, it's a compromise. It makes it, the more trash I pick up, the slower I get. And what John saw today is, and what happens is, when we're in town, suddenly, and especially at the end of the day, everything slows dramatically. Suddenly, instead of us churning out 7 or 8 kilometers in an hour, we're down to sort of 4 or 5. So when I pick up too much trash, just trying to make that 50 kilometer target is just impossible. So I will be, I'm super stoked with what it is now. So what's that? That's 250 250 plus 650. I think we're probably on like 900 kilograms now. So I think that is just ridiculous. 900 kilograms and nearly a ton in 13 days. Is tomorrow going to be the day that I hit the 1,000 kilograms? That is the big question. It would be kind of cool, because it's the 2 weeks. Tomorrow will be 2 weeks completed once I've done it. So to try and hit 1,000 kilograms, a metric ton in just 14 days, is just blowing my mind. I think I'm not, like I've always said, I'm not I could look at that in a negative way. That is a ridiculous amount of trash that's on the ground. But what I'm not doing that. This is all about is not. It's like that half cup, half empty thing, right? It's sort of, you could look at it again. That's a lot of trash that you've picked up. Or you could look at it and go, I picked up that much trash. I made that much impact, or we made that much impact with the help of the others around me. I think that's incredible. And I think if I can do this in this ridiculous adventure, then imagine what the power of the people, or everyone, can do if they just pick up a few pieces each day. I wouldn't be able to do that because everyone's doing it. there was a wonderful guy we spoke to, and he said exactly what I'm after, but I kind of want someone for me to influence that person to do it. But he said, yeah, I used to sort of throw my cigarette butts on the ground. And I used to sort of throw trash on the ground and things like that. And then I had a complete change of direction, and now I'm sort of an advocate for not doing it. And that's exactly what I hope. Hopefully, I would love to meet a person one day that comes up to me and says, "You inspired me to stop dropping trash." That's my dream, and they will be my hero because they made an active decision to not do it, to suddenly go, no, enough's enough, I don't want to do it anymore. And I think that would be wonderful. That's sort of the one thing I'm dreaming of. I love people that say, yeah, I start picking up trash. I want someone to come up and say, I stop dropping trash. That's what I want. And there are so many people that, I mean, today we met quite a few people who said, yeah, I pick up trash and things like that. One woman said, yeah, I've just cleaned that section up so it's going to be nice and clean for you. So you have that all the time. And yeah, exactly, the ripple effect. I think it's so true, is just that knock-on effect. I'm not trying to change the world, I'm just trying to change a couple of people, and that's where the ripple effect comes in. um, Maybe you need to throw the stone in before the ripple happens. So I'm trying to throw a huge stone in, maybe, but and then those ripples that follow are hopefully a little bit easier, maybe. But um, I just want to change a few people. That's all I want to do. That's all we need to do, to leave, to be a steward for the countryside, and hopefully an inspiration for people to look at, an inspiration to look at, in that there is not some angelic beast. I am really not. I am so awful in some things, and I have to change those things. But I don't need to change them straight away. I will never. It's just like being vegan. If you're a vegan, like I'm a vegan, I make mistakes. I do. You do it to your best ability. You do it to the ability that you can, and you can still call yourself a vegan, even if you know you make mistakes, or something along those lines. So I am a proud vegan. I am a proud ambassador of positive actions. I'm not saying sustainability. I think I'm an ambassador of positive actions, and that's the whole purpose of this adventure, is to try and inspire people into positive actions, acts of kindness. Wow. 252 kilograms. That's just crazy. So now I'm going to go in the bath. I'm finally going to get the Leca deodorant advert, or sort of reels done, and go to bed, because tomorrow is a crazy adventure. So trail.nl, just to see all the details about it. Come and join me in Amsterdam for one of those runs. I'd love to see you there. And hopefully the banana suits are dry. I haven't heard the machine beep yet, but it should be nearly finished. So it's going to dry before sort of 6 a.m. tomorrow. Hopefully that's going to happen. We shall see. Thank you so much for tuning in, as always, listening to the live stream, whether it's live or whether it's sort of the next day playing catch up. I really do appreciate it. I think it's just so wonderful for me just to waffle on and tell my story of how the day went. For me, it's a fantastic way of just decompressing and just going through the day and what it meant to me. And I love sharing that, because each day is special. Each day means so much. I'm now going to press the button 15 times, or however many times I have to do for it to end the live stream. Damn it. And then I'm going to go and bath. That's it. Right, here we go. Button 1. Button 1 is being pressed. There we go. And now it's time for button number 2. So thank you all for listening. And